Hello everyone, today we are taking a look at theaters of war. Let me start with, I'm not that much interested in theaters of war. I always hoped there will be private games and maybe we can test vehicles in theaters of war without having to go to the universe every time. However, I don't like being lied to. Let's see what John Tracy said about theaters of war February 2020, more than 3 years ago.
So basically, it's got to be fun when we get there. And there's no reason to wait. We've got to start putting that stuff together now. And a big part of theaters is it's really, you're playing stuff that is already there. That was the whole mentality of this. So yes, did we build a new planet? Not a brand new planet. We put some new sort of compounds and setups within a new bit of lore onto basically pre-existing assets, right? There was a couple new things that we added, but I'm sure we'll get into that as we go throughout this. But not a whole ton. This wasn't like making a whole new game. This was like taking all the content that we've already got, putting it together in a bit of a structured scenario, and getting it fun.
Next question, it's the obvious one, we knew it was coming. Where are we in development now? The mode was playable at CitizenCon, but we don't have any clear information on a specific release. Not 3.9 is what we're talking. It's not currently on the roadmap.
Yeah.
What can you tell us?
So, what I said at CitizenCon is still stands true, right? I wanted to get it in the first half of this year. I want to get it in the hands of the backers for testing. That's the whole thing. We're very much on track for this. We're not behind at all because, again, we're not coming up with a whole ton of new stuff. We're putting a lot of structure around it. There's a couple of features here and there, like things that are really specific to the game mode, like, again, mobile spawn points and unlockable spawns and objective and destroy spawns and these things. But they're relatively isolated. They aren't huge system things. They're very, very much game mode things. So I want to get it into the backers' hands in the first half of this year because, again, we want the feedback, because what we're doing right now is we're working off of all the feedback from CitizenCon already.
Let's unpack this. I don't mind sentences like, I want to get it into the hands of the backers first half 2020. Things can take longer, this is fine. However, I do mind, we are pretty much on track for this. We are not behind at all. This is a pretty bold statement. This doesn't sound like there are any obstacles in the way. Did we get Theaters of War first half 2020?
No.
In 2020 at all?
No.
In 2021?
No!
In 2022? Will we get Theaters of War in 2023?
No!
If you are not certain, don't say, we are very much on track for this, we are not behind at all. If it's not in the game 3 years after your deadline, John Tracy. I guess Theaters of War is like many things CRJ showed us, many things CRJ made fancy videos about, that are still not in the game 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years later.
It's all fake.
Pause! No, Philomena, it's not all fake. But that's a pretty big backlog of promises that are not in the game and won't be anytime soon. And of course, there's a lot more. Let me know what you think in the comments below and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen.
And as I said, one of the things we're working on is fauna. So these are the Ani, the Zyphopods, Ani crabs. So they're little scavengers on Hurston. And there's quite a few other things that we're going to have on Hurston. We'll do it. But you'll have them running around and a bunch of other ones. But there you go. There's Lawville, there's Hurston.
Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter. My Twitter account is Camural_SC.